If by some miracle you live, then I would take this as a sign from the divine to redeem yourself. I mean, wow, that is a chilling message, right? And it wasn't written for a movie script. It was in a real-life manifesto addressed to one of the most powerful people in tech today.
All right, so let's get right into this because the story's just wild. We're talking about a tech titan, a Molotov cocktail, and this terrifying warning about an AI-driven apocalypse. We're going to break down the absolutely shocking attack on OpenAI CEO Sam Altman and what it might tell us about the growing fears around artificial intelligence.
So our story kicks off in a place you would never expect this kind of chaos, the super wealthy hills of San Francisco.
Okay, so picture this. It's before dawn on a Friday morning. It's quiet. And then, bam, someone lobs a Molotov cocktail, a homemade firebomb, at this massive mansion. And this wasn't some random act. The target was the man at the absolute center of the AI revolution. Yeah, we're talking about Sam Altman. If you've ever played around with ChatGPT, you've used his company's tech. As the CEO of OpenAI, he's basically become the face of this huge technological shift, a shift that some people think is amazing and others, well, as we're about to see, find it deeply, deeply terrifying.
So naturally, the attack sets off an immediate police response. But, the manhunt for whoever did this, it didn't last very long at all.
And here's where it gets kinda symbolic. The police didn't have to look far. The suspect, a man named Daniel Moreno-Gama, was found and arrested right outside OpenAI's headquarters in San Francisco. He didn't try to run, he went straight to the heart of the very organization he was attacking.
And it's right here, with the suspect in handcuffs, that the motive starts to come out. And believe me, this thing turns from a simple arson case into something much, much darker.
Because what the police found on Moreno-Gama, it revealed this whole deep-seated ideology. It showed a meticulously planned threat that went way beyond just one guy and one house.
Just take a look at what they found. The evidence log here is, well, it's pretty sobering. A 9mm pistol, so he was clearly ready for a violent confrontation. Then you have the manifesto, which he had in his pockets, explaining the why behind all this. But the most chilling part, a list. A list with the names and home addresses of other big-name tech CEOs and investors. This wasn't a one-off attack. It looks like it was meant to be the start of a whole campaign. It was a hit list.
Now, this manifesto, it lays out the attacker's entire worldview. It's basically the most extreme version of a fear that, let's be honest, a lot of people are kind of wrestling with. He wrote about a coming AI apocalypse, this existential threat that he believed was going to wipe out humankind. So in his mind, he wasn't a criminal. He was a soldier fighting some desperate war for all of us.
And this quote right here from the manifesto, it just perfectly captures his mindset. He literally saw Sam Altman's life, his very existence, as the only thing stopping a future that sounds like, and I'm quoting, a ham-fisted Terminator sequel. To him, the stakes could not have been higher.
Okay, so just when you think this story can't possibly get any weirder, it does. You've got the ideologically motivated attacker in custody, right? So the threat to Altman's home should be over. But in this baffling twist, it wasn't.
This timeline really shows you how bizarre this whole sequence was. So you have the Molotov attack early Friday morning. Then later that day, Moreno-Gama gets arrested. But then, just a few days later, with that suspect behind bars, the same house is targeted again, this time in a drive-by shooting.
And here's the crucial thing you need to know. Police think these were two totally separate incidents. As you can see here, the first attack was one guy with a firebomb and a really clear, documented anti-AI motive. The second one, two different suspects, a firearm, and as of right now, their motive is a complete mystery. It's just this incredibly unsettling coincidence that makes the whole story feel even more chaotic.
So as investigators dug in, they found that Moreno-Gama was on a Discord server for a group called Pause AI. They're a group that advocates for, a temporary stop on AI development. But the group was super quick to condemn his actions. A spokesperson said, "Violence against anyone is antithetical to everything we stand for," really drawing a sharp line between their activism and his violence.
So what do we do with all this? You've got a firebomb, a manifesto, a hit list, and then a second, unrelated attack. This is more than just a crime story, isn't it? It kind of feels like a turning point, where these abstract fears about technology are suddenly becoming very physical and very dangerous.
Yeah, this is a flashpoint. For years, the debate about the dangers of AI has been happening in, academic papers, on Twitter, in open letters.
This attack drags that debate kicking and screaming into the real world. It's the physical form of that deep existential anxiety some people feel about the tech that guys like Sam Altman are building. And it might just signal a serious escalation in the fight over our future.
And that really leaves us with this final, pretty unsettling question. Was this just the violent act of a single deluded person, or are we actually seeing the first shot in a real physical war against the rise of artificial intelligence? I guess the answer to that is going to shape our future for a long, long time.